We were now 5. Our last day approached. We could feel it. We hoped that all of us could be sold together, or at least the same day, and no one would be left alone. But there was no promise. We agreed to be strong, come what may. We vowed to search for each other if somehow that became possible. Of course, we didn't know where to look. We didn't know where we were. We saw all the same. We spoke proverbs to ease our discontented hearts. We determined souls shall be made fat. Hope restrained is hope rewarded. God never forgets. The wealthy do not always prosper. Poor today, rulers tomorrow. Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable. When bound together, friends become family. Do not take what you did not plant. Greed loses what it has gained. Beauty is never perfect. Love never gets lost. However long the night, the dawn will break. And until we heard our people's voices in our head, then we sigh and sat in a small circle, wondering what else to say. Nothing came. Hours passed, slow and brutal. Atiba drew circles upon the earth. Akinyume stared into the air. Binta played with her hands. Zenzeli tried to see her home in her imagination. And Efume watched the sun's light move around us. There was nothing else we could do. Occasionally, we drank water or relieved ourselves in the corner, but always returned to the circle. It was our last hope. It was the only symbol we shared. It was the only reason we didn't die. We'd all been taught that in a circle, there is no beginning, no end. Energy flows without ceasing. One can enter and exit without ever disrupting it. Something magical happens when people gather in a circle. Individuals' identities swirl into a collective self which wields far more spiritual force than any one person alone. We knew that. And though small, our circle of 5 did exactly what the elders said it would do. As evening came, we merged together for the last time. Somehow we knew this was the end. We laid upon each other's bosom and wept for what was to come. If only there was something to say. We wanted to take refuge in speech, but it would not come. So touch was our only final requiem. Every hand felt another's flesh. Soon a collaboration of souls ensured, and we enjoyed the tranquility of our final night together. We abandoned anxieties of tomorrow, long enough to create a memory that got us through the night. We would never forget it. It would be our hope in years to come. Without announcement, we simply moved our hands across each other's limbs and faces. Our hands spoke so many things. They said, "Thank you for enduring." They said, "I love you for living." They said, "Bless you for being." They said, "We shall see each other again." They said, "Pale men could separate our bodies, but not our spirits." They said, "Do not become evil that brought us here." They said, "Ashe for surviving." They said, "Forgive me for the war." They said, "Yebo for prayers unspoken." They said, "Our gods have not forgotten." From dusk to dark, we massaged black bodies until practically every part of everyone's flesh had been anointed. Some moaned out loud as their soul's longing was satisfied. We didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but we didn't intend to face it fearfully. We were warriors and healers, storytellers and dancers. We were not people who surrendered, even in bondage. The hour or two we wept, we dreamed a collective dream. Each of us were there alone with so many others, standing in the center of the land, surrounded by hundreds, no thousands, who appeared to resemble us completely. There were the young, the old, and in between. Food sat piled high on tables stretched in every direction. Children laughed and played in the distance. Adults screeched about bygone days. Elders wondered what our future held. Ancestors hovered just above us, smiling in glee. We couldn't see faces clearly, but we saw every shade of brown and black conceivable. And every size, tall, short, round, thin, husky, hefty, muscular, slender, fat, stocky. These were our people, and they were beautiful. The land looked like our land, but different. It felt like our land, but changed. There were a few PO people in rivalry with our people, and we didn't understand, but our ancestors nodded approval so we could held our own peace. Every face lost among the journey was found on a young person's face. It soothed our hearts. It excited our souls. God had kept God's promise.